you been? We're back. This is still Matt.
And this is Katie, and this is Movies and Mischief with Matt-n-Katy. If you're one of our regular viewers, then welcome back. We truly appreciate your support. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome to the Funhouse. Katie and I have been together, married, going on 14 years. And we both love watching movies. We love talking about the movies we watch. And that's exactly what we do on this channel. Every Wednesday and Sunday, we release a new video. Wednesday is typically going to be a new release, something that's new to theaters or new to streaming. Sundays is something that might be a little bit older that we never got around to watching. Or Sunday might be another new release. You never know. It depends on what we're in the mood to watch. And yeah, we watch the movie and then we turn right around. We go from our couch on the other side of this screen to the table on this side. And we give you our unprepared, unfiltered opinions on said flick. And today, well, let's take a look at what we watched.
The annual purge will conclude in 3, 2, 1. Thank you for your participation.
We survived.
All police and emergency services have been reinstated. All crime, including murder, is now illegal.
Come on, let's get to work.
One night only. Rest of the year is peaceful.
Help me! Help me! The purge is over, please!
No, it ain't.
So we watched the Forever Purge. This is the fourth, I think it's the fourth movie in the Purge franchise. I'm pretty sure. There was The Purge, there was Purge Anarchy, Purge Election Year, and then I know there was a Purge television series. So yeah, I think this was the fourth one.
I think so too.
So if you haven't watched any of the Purge films,
Don't start here.
yeah, don't start at this one. Go back to the first one. But in this world of the film, America has basically sanctioned one night for 12 hours every year, one night every year for 12 hours. Pretty much all murder.
All crime is legal.
All crime, murder, doesn't matter. It's legal.
But after election year, there's a new little caveat where government employees and officials are off limits. So that's new.
Yeah,
it's nice to see that the
new.
movies are carrying through with each other.
So in this film, well, it doesn't go much different than the other films where you have a group of people that are just trying to survive the purge. Katie, what'd you think?
Well, let's talk about who's in it.
Right.
This one is Josh Lucas. It's Will Patton, who does a ton of audiobooks for one Mr. Stephen King. It's Ana de la Reguera that we just watched in Army of the Dead recently. Mm-hmm. And Zahn McClarnon, who was one of Matt's favorite characters from Dr. Sleep. I didn't really recognize anybody else in it.
Mm-hmm. Who did he play in Dr. Sleep?
He was Hat Lady, Rose the Hat.
Oh, right, okay.
Second in command.
Gotcha.
So this one.
Uh-oh.
No, this series is one of those unicorns among sequels where each of the sequels from the original movie is at least as good as the original, if not better. This one is a solid. It wasn't my favorite, but there were great moments in it, and it is just as good as the other ones. I very much appreciate that all of these movies, if you follow the original conceit, which is the Purge night is a night to let everybody get out all of their anger, all of everything that's happened in the year before, get it out of your system so you can be a normal person. If you follow along that makes any kind of sense, and it doesn't to me, and it doesn't to a lot of people in the movies, which is nice, that they think it's ridiculous as well. But if you follow that, the movies themselves have been very logical in their progressions where, okay, now the government's going to get involved in this specific way, and now we're going to make it wrong, and now it's come back. That part makes a whole lot of sense. There was a lot of commentary in this one about immigration and who real Americans are and what happens when you're on the other side of that coin that I thought was spot on. Really liked it. It was compelling. I don't feel like there were really black and white characters, people that you suspected were, other than the Purgers, who clearly are one note. People that you thought had one set of beliefs turned out to maybe not. And they felt pretty fully fleshed out to me. So I liked it. I think it was a solid entry in this series.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Not my favorite. My favorite is probably still going to be Election Year. I love Purge Election Year.
Same.
But this one was really good. This one, you've heard me talk about it a lot. Some of you watching may have heard me talk a lot about how this genre, the horror genre, which I would put this in the horror genre.
Yeah, it's horrifying for sure.
It really is a good way to look at modern society and see what our fears and our anxieties or what our worries are.
Absolutely.
And I think these films, ever since the first one, have really been doing that. Each one has looked at a different kind of group. Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, where are you going? We're not done yet.
No.
Oh, Gromit.
She just really likes being in
Our
these.
baby dog.
Our littlest dog
Good
really
grief.
likes being in the show.
Each one of these really does they all kind of focus on the whole class war thing.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, they've looked at the tensions between government and ordinary citizens, the tension between African American and Caucasian. This one was the Latin community and the Caucasian community,
and the Native American community. All
and the Native American. I really like the way this series continues to evolve. They really could keep going with these for quite some time. Now, granted, this one, I agree with you. This one was not, the characters weren't as interesting in this one.
Yeah. And we're missing someone who has been in all of them up to now, was not in this one.
No, he wasn't in the first one. You talking about Frank Grillo?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in the first one. Frank Grillo wasn't in the first one. He was only in...
I thought he was in the first one as well.
No, that was
It's
Ethan
been too
Hawke.
long ago. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He was only in the two...
Right.
Anarchy
Right,
and...
sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like the way they continue to evolve. They keep the main story. They keep what people like us keep coming back to these for, but they continue to add a little bit more to keep them fun to watch and interesting. What I did find interesting about this one was it wasn't as violent as some of the other ones.
It really wasn't.
Yeah.
I did notice that, which is okay.
Which again was refreshing.
Yeah.
They did focus more on the characters and what they were trying to do in this one. They just didn't have as interesting characters as they did in the past.
Yeah.
But I was very, I don't know if thankful is the right word, but I appreciate them drawing back on the violence in this one, because
at this point we know
the two, Anarchy and Election Year, were pretty over the top violence.
Really heavy.
I also liked the setting. I thought it was very interesting because this one, all the other Purge films, it starts in a suburban kind of setting, and then we go into the inner city. And this one, we were out in the boondocks, the country,
right in Texas.
So that was interesting as well. So, other than that, I just thought this was a solid entry into the films, and I really enjoyed this one. Again, not my favorite.
Yeah.
Election Year is still my favorite.
But I agree with you. They've done a really good job at focusing in the movies on things that are actually happening at the time they're released.
Yeah.
They're very much a reflection of the magnified and these days maybe not so magnified version of that
America.
underbelly of
And that's what classifies
what is
these.
America? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many. I've had so many discussions online with people about how these aren't horror films; they're thrillers. But I think what makes them horror films is how close to our current reality they
and
really
how
are.
easily it could.
Could flip.
Not the purge itself part,
Yeah,
but everything that happens during the purges.
Yeah.
Is absolutely a reflection
Yeah.
of if people did just kind of band together and decide, well, we're just going to do this, then you have to face that fallout. And, you know?
Yeah. So there you have it. Forever Purge, the fourth movie in the franchise. Katie and I both think it's a solid addition to the franchise. I think we also both agree that while it's not our favorite, election year is still our favorite, we still really enjoyed this one. Mm-hmm. And the films keep evolving for the good.
Yeah,
so that's
they
good.
Really do. They really do.
We watched it on Amazon Prime. It's one of those in-theater rentals. So if you're not up for that, then just hold on and wait. But when this one does hit streaming, I'll be sure to post it on the YouTube page so you guys can see it. Or I'll just repost this one maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. So what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are just be a decent human being. Just, you don't know what other people, especially when it comes to foreigners, you don't know why they're coming into this country. This is America, and there's a lot of things in this country that we take for granted that people in other countries desire. To us, it's just everyday life to be able to say what we want to say and go where we want to go. But to a lot of people in other countries, it's not a way of their life, and that the only life they know, or the only way they know to get that life, is to come to America. Just be a decent human being. That's all I'm saying. How about you, Katie?
My final thought is, if hate and fear and anger are what are guiding you in your life, stop and take a breath, rethink. Mm-hmm. How good can your life be? How happy can your life ever be if that's where you're making your decisions from?
So there you go. That's pretty deep. We got pretty deep with this one.
Well,
that's all right.
The idea behind these movies is pretty deep.
So there you have it, The Forever Purge. It's currently streaming for rental on Amazon, and I'm sure you can get it on Vudu or any of those other, well, I don't know if they're doing in-theater rentals. But anyways, we watched it on Amazon. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, let us know if you've seen it. Let's get a discussion going. And other than that, I'll remind you to seek the positive in your life, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.